Yes, welcome back to the Sports Show. Well, we've got some high, powerful guests in today, Baz. The Thunderbirds are just chuffing along better than last year, still on the slow build, but they're going all right. Yeah. They let our next guest, Kelly, welcome Kelly Hicks,
thank you.
Thunderbirds player to the show. They let her slip through for the last couple of years, but she has been on fire since the Thunderbirds signed her, and she joins us now. Hey, Kelly, it has been an interesting journey for you. So you had a couple of years where you were best and fairest, just in the league underneath the Thunderbirds. About to retire or give it up, and then suddenly you find yourself with the Thunderbirds and playing some great netball.
Yeah, definitely. So I was at a point, I guess, in my career, and I guess with my age as well, I'm 26.
It's pretty old, isn't it? 26.
I guess I had to start really thinking about what I wanted to do with my life, and I'd almost finished my 2 degrees, and I just wanted to work. So I thought I'd give it 2 more years, and in those 2 years, obviously, I got best and fairest for Southern Force, which is the A&L team, like you said before. And then from there, obviously, Tanya gave me a call and just said, here's your contract if you want it. So obviously I took it and I was over the moon, and yeah, it's been a long time coming, and I've obviously worked really hard to get there.
What degrees have you got?
I've got a sport and exercise science degree and also a teaching degree.
Oh, okay, same as me.
Same as you.
Same degrees.
Yeah.
Kelly went to uni, yours were a collection of cornflakes and Weet-Bix.
See, that's where you're wrong.
Okay, what have you got?
I went to uni. I delivered a load of sand there in 1975, I think it was.
It's pretty relevant. Hey, Kel, can you take us back to the moment where Tanya Obbs, the coach, calls you?
Yeah.
And you get that call. Is there a moment where after you're told there's a contract, you're kind of like, thanks, and hang up and go, is it a little surreal?
Yeah, it's very surreal. It's hard to put into words, to be honest. I actually didn't answer the call because I was stressing. So they rang and I was like, nah, I'll leave that for a bit. Yeah, I saw who it was and I put it down, and then I was like, no, I'll ring back. So I rang back, and obviously stoked, and I was a bit gobsmacked. I didn't really know what to say. And I was just like, thank you. And then I got off the phone and I was like, oh my God, this is happening. So it happened pretty quickly. And then from there, obviously, went in and signed, and then interviews and whatnot. It all happened from there. So it's pretty exciting.
They say that you play your best, and this goes to most sports, I'd say, Phil, 24 to 27, around about that.
Probably.
That time. So what was your plan? If you didn't get that call, you done?
That wouldn't have been done. I just would have played Premier League. Okay. I played for Oakdale, so I would have just went back and enjoyed it, and full-time work. Just enjoyed life.
And a good contract as well.
Yeah, and a good contract,
and they're going well. Phil said earlier that it's a slow build with the Thunderbirds, and it is. It's where it is. How's Tanya going?
Yeah, she's amazing, and they've done, the coaching staff and everyone behind the scenes have done wonders for the franchise itself this year, and I think it's really starting to show, especially these last few games. We're really starting to build, and the momentum going through, and hopefully continuing going through to next season. It's been great.
Have you spoken to any of the girls that have come back from the World Cup?
Yeah, so I actually live with 3 of them.
Oh, okay.
So I live with Sham, Layla and Beth. Beth has obviously done her ACL. Layla's now done her Achilles. So it's just Sham and I in the house at the moment. But they were pretty tired coming back. Obviously, it's a pretty big load for them. But they've done, very disappointed. I think Sham said she was very disappointed in Jamaica. Yeah. And then obviously with England only losing to New Zealand by 1. It's such a close competition now. So, and then obviously Maria as well, she was over the moon. So there's all mixed emotions, and then coming back into a team, and we're all here waiting for them to get back so we can finally start training together again and playing together. Yeah, it's a bit of a weird thing to happen, but obviously we've come together really well, and I think we put out a really good match on the weekend.
Kelly, most people roll out and watch the Thunderbirds play here on the weekend, and they go, and my daughters play, and I talk to a lot of little kids and they think it's professional. You guys are making a living out of playing netball. It's just not that way, is it? You get some reward for it, but you have to hold down a job as well, and you have to fit your netball in, or your job around your netball. Yeah. How difficult have you found that?
It is difficult. I think some players, it is their job, but for other players, they've also got to fit in other things. So for me, I also work at F45. So it is difficult, but you just got to do what you got to do, really, at the end of the day. And I think it's something that in female sport we've always had to do it. So you're kind of used to prioritising your time and trying to work out where things fit and whatnot. It just sort of comes a bit naturally. But it is hard, and I think it is slowly starting to change, and that's exciting for female sport in general.
I like asking this question, Phil, about the money, because you just brought it up, but the AFLW, they walk straight in and bang. All of a sudden everybody's on big contracts and everything's terrific. There's all this money being pumped into the AFLW.
Yeah.
Is there a bit of envy? Is there a bit of, what the hell? We've been practicing for all these years and playing all these years. We don't get anything.
Yeah.
They get a fair bit thrown at them.
They do, and I mean, that's just how it goes, unfortunately. And I guess all we can do as netballers is keep putting ourselves out there, and I think we're getting more people to our games and things like that, and it's becoming a bigger sport in general, with bigger broadcast deals.
Been a big sport, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think with like broadcasting as well and things like that now, it's obviously made a massive difference to how much we are getting paid, and I think in the future, in a few years down the track, I think you'll see a big difference as well.
I reckon Kelly could coach with that answer, because that's beautiful. It's so diplomatic. I went through that with basketball. I disliked it enormously.
Exactly right.
I'm training as hard as these people. I'm working as hard as these people.
Yeah.
Yet they're in saying that though, have you been tempted at all when you look at AFLW, and you're a good athlete, have you been tempted to go,
have a look?
Oh, maybe.
To be honest, I don't want to be tackled, so no.
My team.
Too much of a princess.
Yeah. Oh, no, off the dairy farm at Murray Bridge, and you're a princess. I find that hard to believe.
Nah, I have thought about it, but I wouldn't do it. I just like netball too much. So.
Yeah.
Hey, do you recognise that yours is a great story though, to get to your stage in life? Because in sports, and having been through it, a lot of the guys I played with before basketball became professional, they got to about 26, 27, they had to decide it was time to cut back their commitments to sport to get on with their life and their jobs. Yeah. So you kind of got to that crossroad.
Yeah.
But you persisted long enough to get in. Do you ever think you're going to need to sit down and go to some schools and tell kids that if you persist, good things do happen?
Yeah, definitely, and it's something that I hope other people can learn from. If you really do put in the hard work and you do persist and you do believe that you can actually do it, you can actually do it regardless of whatever you're trying to achieve in your life. I think that's a massive thing and a massive learning for others, and I hope that people can learn that from me. Yeah, it's exciting.
What was the dream? Sorry, for you, what was the dream as a kid growing up? Because you played basketball, you played netball, you had to choose. What's the dream? At what stage you get to maybe 15 and you've got to pick one?
Yeah, so I loved basketball. So I was playing state basketball and state netball at the same time, and my parents pretty much just said to me, we're in Adelaide every night of the week, you need to choose one. And training started to clash and things like that. And I went down the road, I thought with my height and just in general, I thought I was better at netball, so I just decided to go with netball. And there is times where I do really miss basketball, and I wish, especially with basketball, you can go, to over the world and play in different countries and things like that, where with netball you don't really have that opportunity, but it is getting better, which is good. So,
overseas.
Just stuck with netball and, yeah.
And the folks, you just mentioned it then, coming down from Murray Bridge, pretty much every night of the week.
Yeah.
You're playing both sports. You must look back and go, Mum and Dad, wow, you owe them.
Yeah,
I
do owe them.
Like a lot of athletes.
Yeah, I'm very lucky. I have such a supportive family. I'm one of 4 actually. So
sports? All sports?
Yeah, all sports. And
older, younger?
I've got 2 older and 1 younger.
Okay, the younger one playing?
Yeah, he's a footballer.
Mum and Dad ferrying him around?
Yeah, he's just in the country. He's back on the farm now, playing country football. Yeah. But yeah, I do owe a lot to them, especially Mum. Mum was the one that drove us absolutely everywhere, but Dad was obviously working on the farm 24/7 to provide for us.
Dairy farm is tough, mate, 24/7. They've got some farming mates. I want to ask you next year.
Yeah.
Now, so obviously you've had a really good year. We'll assume that no injuries, even though your house is plagued.
Touch wood.
Yeah. The Thunderbirds rolling into next year. It's going to be a better year.
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah. Because A, you're used to playing with each other, so there's a better understanding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
B, there'll be a couple of new players come in, do you think?
Yeah, to be honest, I have no idea about contracts for next year.
You just want to play, don't you?
Yeah. I mean, at the moment, the period is open for negotiation and things like that, and obviously nothing's been released yet, and I actually have no idea who's signed and not signed. So, it'll be interesting, but I would dare say, I would like to hope the majority will stay, and I think we are starting to build. Like I said, we are building, and at the start of the year, we were just a team that was just literally thrown together. We had 4 people from overseas come in, plus me, and then there was a few others from SA that are here as well, and Chelsea Pittman in the mix. So I think there was only 3 in the team from last year. So there's a massive turnaround, and I think the first few games were pretty unsettling, and I think that showed on the scoreboard. We were pretty inconsistent. And as time has gone on, we've really started to gel, and I think, momentum, and it will just continue to grow.
Hey, Kelly, really appreciate you coming. I know you got
Thank you.
Collingwood this
Kelly.
weekend, so a big game,
Woods.
Kelly.
Thanks.
It was a Saturday?
Sunday.
Sunday. Big game. Get down there and support the girls. The Thunderbirds are on the move. Stay with us.